Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to this pick a card reading to reveal whether the person on your mind wants to move your relationship out of the friend zone and into the love zone. This reading explores what's going on between the two of you, what obstacles may be preventing a love connection at this time, and what your romantic future together could look like. Regardless of what is revealed, keep in mind that these cards only provide perspective. You have agency over your life and you make the decisions about how you experience it. Your choices and your actions lead to the ultimate truth of your situation. If you're new to pick a card readings, I'll review the process here. For those ready right now to see if they want to be more than friends, the link to each reading is in the description box below. I have in front of me 4 piles of cards. In pile 1, we have Trick or Treat Tarot. Pile 2, Cosmobeings Tarot Deck. Pile 3, Neo Tarot. Pile 4, Cirque du Tarot. Pick the pile of cards that you feel drawn to the most. If you are hoping to hear a specific message that you don't get in a reading for a particular pile, then feel free to pick another pile. If you don't get the messages you were hoping for in any of the piles, then it might not be for your best and highest good to hear that particular message at this time. Once you've made your decision, go to the description box and click on the link for the corresponding pile. But now it's time to tap into the cards, choose your friends or lovers tarot adventure, and let's make magic happen. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 1, those who pick Trick or Treat Tarot to explore the romantic potential between you and a certain someone in your life. First off, we are going to take a look at what draws you two together. You have here the Hanged Man. So group number 1, both of you are kind of experiencing a situation in your life. It's probably not the same situation, but you understand how it feels to kind of find yourself not able to really push forward in any direction and needing to really understand that when you can't get what you want or you can't push through something, that sometimes you just need to let things kind of take their course and take some time to see what manifests and what transpires and to kind of let go of that control. You have here the Chariot. So group number 1, you are both also in this experience where you're trying to avoid the drama around you or what other people are saying, or kind of making sure you're not distracted by the goals of other people or the directions or the shiny things that others might hold up for you, and to kind of really stick to your guns about what it is that you want in life and how to get there. And you have here the Emperor. So group number 1, you and that certain person in your life, they and you are kind of recognizing that you do need to have a sense of structure. You might not always know exactly what it is you want, or you might find yourself not exactly sure why you wanted something in the first place, but kind of refocusing your goal and assessing the environment and what's around you. It's something that you both are learning, kind of picking up on what you want and how it is influenced by those around you, but also not getting caught up in it or distracted by it. That's kind of like what energy draws you together, is kind of learning those lessons right now. So let's see where they are right now in life. They are in like codependency mode. So they are still really influenced by either others in general or a particular person. Making someone happy or making sure someone isn't upset, kind of getting that encouragement from others. That's kind of what they're dealing with, focusing on, or kind of what they are trying to overcome. You have this gifts card. So group number 1, your person here is really trying to figure out what they kind of offer to the world, what makes them unique, what makes them different, what makes them, worthy of, whatever it is they want, what even makes them feel, what makes them feel special. They're trying to figure that out for themselves. And here, this card of patience. So it's kind of like this hangman theme coming up again. Your person is really trying to deal with that moment of like not really knowing, that aspect of not knowing, and being okay with it, being okay with not knowing, believing in themselves and believing that, they have the answers within them and don't really need someone else to give it to them. So let's see what else is going on with them. There is fertility youth with these strawberries. So group number 1, your person they do recognize that there is a lot that they have potential for. How to identify what that potential is, the strengths that they have, how to kind of transfer that the feelings that they have onto a specific goal, and how to that translate into action is something that they're focused on. We have poke weave, change, movement. So they definitely are really wanting to get out of this transition period that they feel like they're in. They do really want to move forward. But again, that concept of patience and figuring out exactly what their skills or talents, how that translates into the real world, is something they're still looking at. We have monkey ball, weight, rigidity. So group number 1, you're certain someone is trying to kind of take a look at what to hold on to, what to let go of, what kind of aspects of their life are just out of habit or just because they learned it from someone else, and kind of like seeing what holds them back. So all those things kind of do affect, what they want for their future in terms of relationships. So let's see what they think about your current connection. 2 of Cups. So they do think that there is an emotional connection between you two. They see that you are giving as much as they are giving, that you are on the same page in terms of, what it is that, in terms of your feelings about respect for each other, what it is that you want the other to feel in terms of the appreciation that you two have. So let's see what they secretly feel about you. You have here the 4 of Wands. So they secretly really want to celebrate their future milestones with you. It's like they see themselves as you being there at every important moment in their life. So let's take a look at what's holding them back from a romantic relationship with you. We have here the 5 of Cups. So something as some kind of loss, something from their past that they're still dealing with. This could be a former relationship. This could be, could be a job loss or losing a family member, but it does feel like it has to do with a prior relationship, and not being able to possibly deal with picking up the pieces, maybe even possibly this codependency, still trying to make that person happy to some degree. So let's see what they need to let go of in order to see romantic potential with you. We have here the Two of Wands. So it's like they need to kind of stop seeing it as one foot in and one foot out. It's kind of like they are afraid of pursuing where this Two of Cups could go. It's like they are waiting for someone else, maybe even waiting for you to give them a sign. But they're just kind of planning, thinking, maybe hoping, but also these other aspects of, you know, kind of wanting to move things forward, knowing what they're feeling, but not necessarily knowing the ways to translate those into action to get what they want. That's kind of like what's happening here with you. So let's see if nothing romantic happened between you, what kind of friend they would be in the long run. Ace of Wands. So if you wanted just to be friends, if the two of you were just friends, they would constantly be someone who would, be supported, who would tune into that exciting energy with you, who would want to like encourage you, and still like that Two of Cups energy, just, it's like that spark here that you have together. They still want to share that with you and, be a part of whatever you can accomplish in life. So group number one, let's take a look at what your romantic future could look like together. We have this sweet dream card. So kind of seems like it would be a dream come true, safe, sound, peaceful. Interesting. You have this homeless card. So to me, it could be that assuming that nothing is really figured out and they can't figure out how to actually translate certain goals and desires into action to actually make money, that makes sense. So it's not just about relationship. It is about their career. They have potential and they're trying to figure out how that is. But at this rate, maybe they still live with their parents, or they still like have, roommates and need to share, the rent. So basically it could be going, back and forth to each other's rooms and, dealing with roommates and not really having a place of your own. You have this card of reservation, which I'm not sure why it says reservation. You can see this person is like laying on this car and there's hearts there. To me, it's kind of a sense of like dedication or real like cherishing something. So it seems like it is something where you would cherish each other despite not having a lot of money, and it would be a sweet dream to share. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your friends and lovers' potential. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This reading is for group number 2, those who pick Cosmobeings Tarot deck to explore the romantic potential between you and a certain someone. So let's take a look at what draws you two together in this lifetime. We have here the Hierophant. So group number 2, you and this certain someone both are at that point of really looking at yourself and those around you and what role you play in their lives in the bigger scheme of things, and also kind of open to more spirituality, philosophy, and kind of, talking about synchronicities in life. You have the Hermit. So group number 2, you and this certain someone, you share this desire for wisdom, for knowledge, and learning to kind of find that in a place of like solitude, and not necessarily, seeking other people's opinions, or, I mean, definitely like to talk about things like philosophically, but not needing to have others provide you or spoon feed you your opinion or your belief or how to feel about something. You have here the Emperor. So, group number 2, what draws you and your certain someone together is a sense of like figuring out control and power and how that affects the people around you, how to use that power, and how to still kind of be humble in that as well. So let's take a look at this particular person and what's going on in their life and with them right now. We have this card of regret. So, group number 2, the person on your mind has something that they are trying to figure out, trying to understand. And it might kind of go in with that concept of wisdom and power, and really maybe looking at what they could have done differently when it came to life decision or, a relationship in the past. We have this card of romance. So, group number 2, this certain someone is trying to also figure out how to be romantic, or how romance even fits in when you've got these more like pressing, like life questions and connections. It's almost as if they are thinking, if it happens, it'll happen. But otherwise, there is too much thinking and assessment and analysis and, to be figured out to spend time on romance. It's almost like if it happens, it's meant to be. And kind of putting that almost like a heavy soulmate type of vibe onto it. We have this card of mystery. So, yeah, the things that this person can't really see on the surface, that sense of mystery, they are drawn to, trying to figure out that mystery, they're drawn to. But in terms of that concept of being romantic, it's hard for them to kind of grasp that concept of doing things that are romantic when romance has that sense of mystery and spirituality and destiny kind of possibly like tapped into it. So, one of the things of that control and power is kind of figuring out, how does that come into play in romance and relationships. So let's see what else we have. We have avarice, foul play. So your person is really trying to figure out like who they can trust, who may have they trust in the past that they wish that they didn't, or who trusted them, who didn't end up well. But again, that concept of power and mystery is something that is a theme going on with them. We have here ghost pipe, reliance, and friendship. So here, that sense of there's that question of who can you truly trust? Who are you truly connected with? And this reliance, friendship, ghost pipe, you can see it looks like spirits. It looks like ghosts. So it's almost as if they are kind of thinking there is a spiritual connection between certain people. And then you have this monkey ball, weight, rigidity. So they're also trying to figure out like what is it that they do just because they've always done it? What is it that they feel is dragging them down? What makes them authentic? And what is it that they are just kind of almost in a like a cage or a grind where they it's almost like the realities of life, as opposed to the mystical aspects of spirituality, are kind of um, like at play with them. So let's take a look at what they think about your current connection. Page of Pentacles. So group number 2, they think that you both are really coming, like learning new things and coming to understand yourself, the world around you, and have a greater appreciation or for it, and like seeing it like all fit together. They feel like you are someone that they can kind of share that fascination with. So let's see how they secretly feel about you. 4 of Swords. So it's almost a sense of that they feel like they could be with you and not feel like they're with anyone else. It's like you guys can be alone together, if that makes sense. This concept of the hermit possibly, and even the Hierophant. It's like you both don't need approval from others. You don't need their justifications. You don't need them to tell you what to do or how to do. But they feel like really, even though you can get to that place of, not lack of pressure, but not having to try together, there's also not necessarily a sense of passion there. So let's see what's holding them back from a romantic relationship with you. Page of Wands. So that there's that passion, that flirtation, that really wanting to explore that fire, that unknown, explored territory between you two. That's kind of holding them back. So let's see what they need to let go of in order to see more potential between you two in terms of romance. So these are big cards. They're kind of hard to shuffle. So let's see what they need to let go of. The Empress. So this is a card of usually like creation and beauty, but I feel like to some degree it's like that mother, or like a mother type of card. Like maybe they see you as a mother figure or mother type, like they're comfortable with you like you're their mother, or they need to let go of this idea of like just wanting to be with someone to procreate. It seems like very like functional. Maybe they think that you are someone who wants to like get married and have children, and like they see you already prepared and ready for that. So let's see, if nothing romantic happened between you, what kind of friend would they be in the long run? We have here the Hierophant. So it's showing up again. So here it's like they will always be that person who questions, that wonders, like, maybe to some degree they want to be a philosopher or be in the clergy or something, but they are always going to be looking at the what ifs or the why is, or that concept of something that in theory doesn't translate to reality. So it's almost as if that you having a romantic relationship with you is too much of that, tying them into a certain concept, certain idea of reality, without allowing them to really explore that sense of mystery So let's see if like nothing changed here. What kind of romantic future would you two have? What would it look like? Well, you would do a lot of meditating together. You have this calm card. So you definitely would be in a place of calm, meditation, spirituality. You have this triumph card. So you'd both be successful, possibly whatever your personal career goals are. But you'd also have this stress card. So it seems like it would be like this teeter-totter between being stressed over this relationship possibly not necessarily being exactly what either of you wants, but being you both would really possibly feel like this concept of this connection that you have between maybe academics, philosophy, religion, whatever it is, you would share that and be able to kind of get into a place of calm to take you away from the stress, but it would lead back to this stress here. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your friends or lovers' potential. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 3, those who picked Neo Tarot to explore the romantic potential between you and a certain someone in your life. So we're going to start off by taking a look at what is it that drew you together. We have here the Wheel of Fortune. So a sense of destiny was at play with your coming together. We have here strength. You both are kind of in a period where you are trying not to force things to happen and really be in a flow, letting things just take its course, and learning to kind of follow the things with your heart, move towards the things that you find yourself drawn to, and then trying not to necessarily push things in your favor, but kind of just draw things towards you with like love, intention. You have this Justice card. So group number 3, you and your certain someone, you're both kind of drawn to a sense of balance and fairness, and kind of almost like if you come from a place of love, then you'll end up in a place of love. If you come from a place of lust, then what comes out is lust, or the other kind of illusions or temporary what is it, like the temporary solutions kind of disappear. So you're really kind of allowing things to allowing the universe to do its work and just be as loyal and fair and just as possible, and know that things will work out the way they need to work out. So let's take a look more at what they are dealing with right now. We have here hope. So when it comes to the things that they want in life, whether it's career or romance, it is a sense of putting that positive intention on it. That's kind of that concept of coming from the heart, and really what results will be what it needs to be. You have this card of forgiveness. So it seems like they are in this period of allowing and positive intention because of something from their past. Maybe they are trying to forgive themselves for how they've acted towards others or towards themselves in the past. Maybe they're trying to forgive someone else, but they really do see that kind of like what you put into something is what you get out of it. You have this card of family. So group number 3, your certain someone does care about their future. And they do really care about family, and they care about the kind of message and role model that they are being towards others, and kind of setting themselves up to be aligned with those more positive views of life that they'd want to, teach a child. We have this mountain laurel crisis trouble. So they are really trying to figure out what is it that is just appealing on the surface, and what can, if they give in to temptation, if they don't really try to stick with what their heart desires and more falling into that lust, the kind of what they'll get tangled up in. Maybe they've already been tangled up into something, that looked pretty on the surface. And, just that's maybe what they have to forgive themselves about. We have tobacco controversy paradox. So here, this concept of what might feel good in the meantime, but have long-lasting negative effects. That's something that they're trying to figure out as well. And we have here angel root, receptivity, female essence. So it seems like your certain someone can be really overwhelmed by, female essence, divine energy. So they're trying to make sure that they know who they are. They have a sense of inner strength and knowing for what they want in terms of their morals, in terms of what they want for their long term, and not being so intoxicated by something that is either fleeting or I want to say hypnotizing. That's the word I'm going for. So let's take a look at these tarot cards and find out what they think about your current connection. Wow. Okay. So we have the Lovers here. So group number 3, they feel that you guys really connect on a heart level. They feel that the two of you are kind of would, in the long run, be a good decision. Like, it makes sense. They don't necessarily see those like red flags. They think you guys would make a really good team. They think that that you really care about the other. It's like you want the other to do well in life. So let's see what they secretly feel about you. 10 of Cups. They feel that they could be a family with you. They could have that happy ever after with you. They feel that they could really go the distance with you. Marriage, family, kids, all that stuff. So let's see what's holding them back from a romantic relationship with you. We have here the 6 of Pentacles. So it could be, to some degree, they are wanting to have a more steady income. Actually, sorry, this is the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, still stability and income is what is their kind of what's holding them back. Maybe they don't feel like they can provide for the life that they'd want. They want to get more financial security going on. But also, let's see what they need to shed or let go of in order to see more of a romantic potential there. We have here the 2 of Swords. So they're holding on to a sense, some kind of fear, some type of, they don't want to get it wrong. Perhaps it could be because they already have this connection with you. It could be like too much of a gamble at this point for them to try to make things more romantic, but it's also making me think of this like forgiveness card, like and the Four of Pentacles, like the sense of security. It's almost a sense they need to really focus on themselves right now, that they need to make sure that they have a sense of not just financial stability, but as a person, not necessarily giving themselves up, like that they are their own person, that they are, grounded, aligned in their mind, heart, body, and spirit, like basically not really, they know themselves so that they're not making a superficial, hasty kind of, you know, decision here. So let's see if nothing romantic happened between you, what kind of friend would they be in the long run? You have the Justice card again. They would really, kind of be on par with you. Like whatever it is that you want to give, like what you put in, like they'll put in. It's like they really do see a long lasting connection with you. They will be honest with you. They will almost be like a mirror and sounding board with you. So let's take a look at, if nothing were to change, if you were just to kind of move forward as is, what would a romantic future together look like for you two? Well, you have this card of imagination. So you two really already have a strong connection. And so it's a sense like you guys would be able to play off of that. Like, what if? Like, how would it be if we did, live here, or did have kids? And you would be able to imagine your future together. Wow, you have this card of third wheel. So I'm not necessarily sensing like there's someone else involved. It could be like a third wheel being like maybe this person already has a child with someone else, or third wheel in a sense of this concept of family. Maybe this Four of Pentacles that that's holding them back from a romantic relationship has to do with, the fact that they are saving money, and so they live at home, and so this third wheel is almost like, if you hung out, you'd be hanging out with them and their mom or something like that. And let's see what else we have. It would be okay. The romantic relationship with you would be okay, but I think it's more like this concept of stability, harmony, and acceptance. And again, that concept of stability and harmony is really in this these two justice cards here. That's kind of, I think there's a sense of fairness and balance that you guys have now that would flow into a romantic relationship. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your friends or lovers' potential. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 4, those who picked Cirque du Tarot to explore the romantic potential between you and a certain someone in your life. We are going to start off by taking a look at what is drawing you two together. You have here this World card. So group number 4, you are drawn together by a sense of success, a drive to succeed, to explore, possibly even to travel, perhaps even to travel together. You have here the Wheel of Fortune. So the both of you are kind of drawn together by a sense of destiny, but also a sense of wanting to learn how to exert the right amount of control over your future. in terms of wanting to be successful and wanting to be able to plan ahead, but also not being hung up on the outcomes of certain things. You also have here the moon card. So, this concept of uh, mysticism and lack of certainty. This is something that brings you two together. Recognizing what, first of all, that you do have fears and doubts despite your like determination to be successful and to, accomplish goals. You recognize that you do have fears and you do have doubts, and how they're shaping your journey forward, what to kind of try and take control over, what to allow just to happen, how to trust yourself. Like, you both share that in common. So group number 4, let's take a look at what's going on specifically with this person. We have here this patience card. So your person is, again, that concept of not having control, and that lack of certainty, just allowing things to be without exerting like pressure or force to make things happen. So they're, kind of waiting for something to unfold. You have here security. So group number 4, what's going on with your someone is, given that there is something that is still left to unfold, them wanting to feel like they're safe, that they are safe and that they could provide safety to others, security to others. That's kind of what they're dealing with right now. You have this card of daydreams. So group number 4, they are really trying to tap into their intuition, especially with this moon card, and trying to feel their way through things. Definitely this concept of trying to trust themselves, trust that things will happen the way they need to happen, and having that sense of confidence in themselves. You also have Azalea, temperance, and calm. So they are really trying to, there's just a lot of patience and releasing and kind of a sense of waiting. So there's something that they are dealing with when it comes, maybe they had issues with, extremes in the past. Maybe they had issues with, not being calm, but they're really trying to focus on that and work on it. We have here Cypress, sorrow, and regret. So there is something from their past that they are trying to work through and improve. It could be something, that affected others. It could have just affected them, or maybe it's that concept of like, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but they are trying to like understand that concept of letting things go, that are outside of your control. And we also have wild cherry, passion, fire. So group number 4, also, I do see like this sense of passion, the sense of fire, is kind of why there is this need for allowing things and to slow down. So I do think they have had in the past issues with their temper, like kind of flying off the handle, or even just how to channel certain types of energy in a positive way. So let's take a look at what they are thinking about your current connection. Well, we have here the 10 of Swords. So right now they think whatever connection you have is kind of over and done with. Maybe there is a fight that you two had, or it could be because of that, fiery passion aspect. So let's see how they secretly feel about you. We have here the Nine of Pentacles. So they feel that you are very confident, that you are kind of almost out of their league, that they see you as someone who doesn't need them, like doesn't need them to provide for them, to protect them, that you very much are capable on your own. So let's see what's holding them back from a romantic relationship, pursuing that. We have here the Two of Pentacles. So group number 4, it seems like they are really like not feeling, it's kind of making me think of this, the way that the Two Pentacles wheels are. It's kind of looking like this hourglass, and it's kind of reminding me of these two eggs together in this nest. So it could be like this patience and security has to do with something involving you. And what's kind of holding them back is a sense of trying to figure out what's going on, like kind of juggling the reality of it, what they can control, what they don't want to control, what, they're trying to like juggle all those things here. So let's see what they need to shed or let go of to kind of see you more as like a romantic potential there. You have here the Moon, which is interesting because you have that Moon is what's drawing you together. So, for some of you, this concept of the Moon, for them, what they need to let go of is their fears, the fear that they're not good enough, that sense of self-doubt. So, maybe what brought you together was, both having a sense of self-doubt, but here that doubt is really keeping it, so they feel like they can't, they're waiting maybe for you to make some kind of attempt to reach out because they feel things are kind of over and done. So let's see if nothing romantic happens between you two, what kind of friend would they be in the long run? We have here the Nine of Cups. So they would be someone who is, is confident. They will be confident in themselves, at some point in time. And they will definitely want to help fill your cup, and be positive and not be so fearful or think that other people are, better than them or in a better position than them, or yeah. So let's see if nothing changed, but I guess nothing changed for them, but something romantic took place between you. What would that romantic future together look like? You have this Live and Learn card. So it does seem like it will be one of those relationships that you learn big lessons from. You have this Trap card. So someone would feel trapped. Someone would feel like they are where they might not want to be. And we have this Stress card. So definitely, at least right now, doesn't seem like a romantic connection is where things should go, but these are just my perspective of the cards, and it's your life. So I hope this provided a helpful perspective of the friends and lovers potential. We'll see you next time. Take care.